Good evening. We're back again to do our thing, because poetry is what we like to do. And hopefully you all will appreciate this year's Unspoken too. While some words may rhyme, some may not. But no matter what, we're going to give it all we've got. Prose, spoken word, or a lyrical song, these poets are magnanimous, and yes, we all get along. From the moment it starts, you will feel the flow, and then poet after poet will reach a new plateau. Now, Jackie, she'll make you look deep within, while Diaz, he might make you scream. But don't you dare be fooled by Teresa, because she's not as quiet as she seems. And as soon as Imani opens her mouth, you'll think an angel's near. But do keep your eye on Antino, because I hear he can make you disappear. And Ariel, oh, she'll come out with a roar, because she's a lioness. That's not going to keep William quiet, because his words are endless. And we've also added a special treat, a young man named Malachi. And the moment he walks out on this stage, oh, you'll easily understand why. And then after all is said and done, the mic's gonna pass for one more run, so don't you leave. Keep your seat, there's more, as the poets will return for a planned encore. But then, that's it. It'll be time to go. And of course, we thank you for attending the show. But keep checking back, and I guarantee you'll find information out about Unspoken 2023. Welcome. Welcome, welcome all to Words Unspoken. I'm your host for the evening, Celeste Hennett. Let's get things started. Born in South Florida, this single father is a marketing content writer and an award-winning magician who refers to his pen as his sword. Please give it up for Antino Art.
With the pen as my sword, my spirit unsheathes. Words held captive from my grasp, they go free. Past the surface to the bone, as mind goes blank. With no idea of what I said in this poem, the words stay stuck in my head. So listen close, for this pen holds my spirit, uncovered before your eyes. Unspoken, you can't hear it. See what I did? Unseen, stealth, in each lyric disguised. Pen as sword drawn, pen strokes felt as strikes. Until my grip's gone, until these words slip away. I'll hold captive the crowd with something to say so profound. It escapes my grasp without trace, without sound. It goes over your heads. Right? The words are lost in the pen left unsaid, so my spirit stays unheard. Silenced, I'll just amaze you with what I cannot put in words.
That was magical, Antino. Job well done. After a childhood trauma threatened her self-esteem, this next artist allowed poetry to become a means of self-expression. From South Carolina, welcome Ariel, sincerely Lioness Williams.
The relationship built on martyrdom is unattractive. Sitting at the table with unworthiness and negligence strapped across your chest goes toe-to-toe with sleeping on your laurels. I've decided to catch the next flight to fly, knowledge of the heights as I start the climb. I want to sit in the cockpit with glory and lightness and listen to them preach about aerodynamics and the pressure that may build about the cabin. I bask in the knowingness of ascension, simultaneously anticipating the takeoff and acceleration of the plane. This is physics, as I physically matter. A phenomenally astute, resolute, taking up space, three-dimensionally divine, two-dimensionally linguistic, artistically abstract, soul sublime, holding on and getting the point of the turbulence. My soul may shake, but at night it takes rest in the clouds. I digress. I met the captain in my dreams. She told me to put on my golden wings, to soar like an eagle. Isis, I own, not self-righteous, a mistress, helpful to seize her possessions. Lessons of life helped her to fast past her last transgressions. Not impassive, but expired. Retirement of those old walking shoes. I'm getting on that supreme flying machine, not taking old luggage with me. Give me, design her, everything. I'm sky high. Thank you.
That was profoundly impactful. Appreciate you, Lioness. Now, this Raleigh native loved poetry as a young child, but lost that passion in her teens. Now, at the young age of 61, while her poems may bear her name, she gives God all the glory. Welcome to the stage, Teresa Thomas.
Thank you. The one from whom I cannot hide, the one who never leaves my side, the one who knew me before I was conceived, the one who rejoiced when first I believed, the one who knows my very heart, the one who stays and will not part, the one I love without cease, the one who brings me so much peace, the one who is my husband and friend, the one who loves me without end, the one I depend on for everything, the one who gives me songs to sing, the one in his righteousness I first seek, the one who hears me when I speak, the one whose inheritance is mine to share, the one my sin and sickness bear, the one who provides my every need, the one who multiplies my sown seed, the one who makes me without sin, the one who lives deep within, the one I need no ear to hear, the one who tells me, do not fear, the one that I so love and adore, the one that I know loves me more, the one who strengthens me when I take a stand, the one who upholds me with his righteous right hand, the one I see without sight, the one I fear without fright, the one who is my destiny, the one who gave his life for me, the one I trust, the one I seek, the one I find, the one so meek, the one on the cross, the one that won, the one said it is over, for it has all been done.
What an inspiration. Thank you, Teresa. Realizing the gift and power he has for the spoken and non-spoken word, up next is an MC with over 16 years of writing and performing experience. Put your hands together for D.S. Will.
How much for that burger on the menu? See, there's a war going on outside, and our salvation is of none of that army's concern. Too many feasting for famine in feeble attempts to satisfy their hunger for more while we bite the hand that starves us. Well, that's the process, right? Preservatives weren't meant to preserve us. So we doubled down on fast food, too furious to fuel through drive-thrus. Breaking those speed laws results in our cardiac arrest. We're so out of shape that we can't even exercise the very idea of ignoring our feeds. But let's be honest with ourselves. Can we be honest for a minute? When was the last time that you actually got full off of a word salad? But as readers, we continue to digest what our souls can't stomach, perhaps is a bit too hard to swallow. Supersized in portions until we reach top ramen tier after breakfast of champions with Little Debbie. Word of mouth is sleight of hand in the pop-eyed marketing out back. The stakes are still high, and even though we have beef, it's a bit too hard to quit cold turkey. And now we've reached a portion of the menu where culture becomes synonymous with what we ingest. Good eating after Sunday morning sessions results in Monday afternoon's doctor's appointments. Due to skepticism of Tuskegee cousins and the sterilization of queens means there's less arriving at our family reunion. And I get it. When that Wendy's 4-for-4 can travel further across a hobbled dinner room table and microwave recipes prevents another evening of canned laughter over candlelight. But when do we stop passing on more than just type 2 to our offspring? Have we not amputated enough limbs off of that family tree? You see, when the smoke clears after you've been grilled all day, it's very easy to see that life ain't no picnic basket, and it's going to take more than a yogi to stretch minimum wage and cover over the bare necessities. We are addicted, and it has become our addiction, and you can't sweeten that, even with a particular type of youth. That twisted metal of utensils allows us to sprinkle the salt on the earth ingredients that you can't even pronounce. So I'm pretty sure the FDA won't mind if you miss a couple of servings of mama's home cooking. How much for that burger on the menu? Well, it depends if you value that meal more than your life.
That was finger snapping good. Thank you, DS. Now up next, this retired English teacher is not only a poet, but a playwright, photographer, and author who loves volunteering. Join me in welcoming Jackie Dove Miller.
There is something within me that keeps me from toppling over the edge of sanity, over the ledge of frustration, or over the hedge of all-out foolishness. It leads me to prayer when I would otherwise break. There's something in my makeup, or perhaps my bringing up, or just the way I look up that straightens my back and bows my head. It becomes the focus of my meditation, the sentiment in my supplication, and the reason for my transformation. That thing within me keeps me choosing light, though darkness covers all. It wells up like ocean waves, come to drown those who think they deserve, to pull me down, push me back, or to steal my joy. I have a spiritual strength that grows deeper and speaks louder the more I get to know about who I am. Where did it come from? Someone asked that recently. I answered, in my developing stage, somebody said out loud, "You sure are good at it." My puny soul embraced that seed, and it buried itself deep inside me and took root. I tested that tiny bit of ego strength against the negative messages my family used to focus on what I was not good at, leaving me feeling small and disconnected. I was not good at being like my mother, who was all but saintly. I was not good at being like my sister, who was beautiful and dainty. I was not ballerina thin, nor prissy neat, but I was good at. And when I looked a little deeper, I realized I was good enough to bear fruit and reap a harvest, good enough to plant seeds in others and watch them grow magnificent and free. I was good enough to relate to the God inside me. So this poem is for all my sister friends who don't yet know that we are better than what our mothers, our teachers, the men in our lives, or even the good sisters in church have called us. Because God has called us blessed, and his is the only voice that matters. So here and now, I pray our sister prayer. Dear Lord, help me to release the self-doubt that lives in my heart. Remind me daily that I am the product of your hands, and all that you make is perfect. Amen. Beyond the sentiment in that prayer is the implication that the talents that I lack, one of my sister friends has. And what she lacks, another sister has. So together, we are perfect power, for we are the unity in community. And on some level, we're the union in communion. So whether we are the power of 3 or 103, we have what it takes to keep this world alive, to keep the sun shining, or at least the electric bill paid. So, to keep the sun shining, or at least the electric bill, we have the Spirit of God within us, and that guarantees that each one of us is good enough.
You did that thing, Jackie. Thank you. He's a WHUP radio host, past Hillsborough Poet Laureate, and a middle school teacher passionate about gifting his love for literary arts to his students. Make some noise for William Endless Will Davis.
If reincarnation is something, I can't wait to be not human. Symbol of divide, contest, compete, greed, this ugly, unstable constant, and the repeat of the same day. I want to be a lion, or maybe a bird, or even an elephant, anything but this. Anything but this. I really want to be more, because us humans, we haven't figured it out yet, and it seems like we will never figure it out. Religion, gender, race, finances, we seem to need to be complete while every other species just lives. Like, sometimes I wonder if bluebirds hate canaries, and if red robins hate crows, and do eagles hate hawks, or do they just look up to the sky and fly, looking down at our life, using wings to soar over our separation, our segregation? Do they feel sorry for our hatred and wonder why? Or do they just fly while we die? Like, I watched one of those YouTube documentaries once, and it explained that a lion, the king of the jungle, one of the most respected and feared animals, will eat with a gazelle in harmony. Meaning the gazelle and lion live in harmony, drinking from lake together, living together, existing together. Gazelle knowing of its fate of eventually being ate, but it lives until then. With that being said, maybe hate is just hungry. And obviously it seems like black is his favorite munchie. Like, I find it so funny that we can call an animal savage and wild and we cage it. We hunt it and name it. If it's an animal that's really wanted, we kill it and frame it. And then we have a person who society deems as worthless. Savage and wild, so we cage them, hunt them, and we name them. And if it's a person that's really wanted, the world kills them, and the media gives reason to frame them, deeming person as worthless, and this helps us to blame them. Most days I question, and I find it so embarrassing that we can't even comprehend the comparison of how equal the way the world treats an animal to the way that we are treating our own people. We have to do better.
Powerful. Thank you, Endless Will. Music and poetry drives this next young artist, and she is passionately pursuing a full-time career in both. Please welcome back to the GPAC stage, Imani Loud Horton.
What are you waiting for? Your dreams were not just made to sit inside you. They were made to bring the world a new reality. The wait is waiting. The launch is waiting on you. Oh, so why are you waiting? A lot more than sometimes we make beginning complicated. We overthink it to be more than just simple steps is all it takes to birth the start of something so swole it fits the world and its impact. Just from a baby move, we imagine our desires a spacious sea, believing our first launch must touch its end, not realizing that rush of reaction takes place at its introduction as well. So no matter where your start lands, your results will always end up flowing back to you as long as you move. As long as you push your ambitions out of comfort, losing won't know of you. Trying can never lose. Something will always come out of the try as long as you move. As long as you start rolling the ball. As long as you push your ambitions out of comfort, losing won't know of you. Trying can never lose. Even if right away isn't instant, something will always come out of a try, out of initiation, out of launching the idea that won't stop nagging the sleep out of you, that keeps traveling you off focus to daydreams land, that won't leave you alone until you mess with it, play with it, keep swinging till you hit its pitch. Don't face and flinch, be bold, get it off the ground, but make it stick, stay in, don't switch. That's the only way your dreams will dodge the ditch. The time is now. Make room for lift, don't waste, don't sit, just do. Life would be so proud if we just did it. Why haven't we? Why haven't you? Are you telling yourself that it's not the right time? That your wish be too big to come true? That due to the circumstances that have made holds around me, launch can't happen here? Don't let lies make you still. Don't give fear any reasons to joke you. Launching the great that your brain is tired of wearing is the best feeling ever. It makes I did it say yes. It makes fear find exit. It brings joy another win. It shows the people who circle you that stepping it out there is not as hard as look seems. So do it. Give shelves a new story. Give music a piece of your style. Show the world your mind's fashion. Make new name out of empty buildings. Bring full hope to frames with only half a good picture. Start up the center so middle ground can be found by those who always find themselves on opposite edges from conflict. Let some of the God out of you. Show the world that he's creative beast. Through the giant that grows out of his brilliance in you, there is no loss in launching out, but it is in sitting still and allowing all of your life to watch others.
Absolutely wonderful, Imani. Keep on shining your light, young lady. Now, this next young man came to us by way of his involvement in GPAC's 2021 Lift Every Voice Teen Spoken Word Poetry Writing Camp. Malachi is a senior at Green Hope High School, and he is in love with theater. Please show some love for Malachi Moore. Woo-hoo!
I am human. I can think, I can speak, I can breathe, and I will not let you take me to the brink of destruction because of what you think of me. I am human. I am. That's I am. I am royalty. I wear my crown with pride, and that's why you will never see me head down or slouched in a chair in despair. But you will see me with my head up, chest out, shoulders back. On my face you will never see any doubt, because what? I was called by Jehovah. I am royalty. I am. That's I am. I am a child of God. He is the reason why I can push through adversity with a smile on my face. I am God's child. I am. That's I am. They say that I'm a threat. They say that I am something to watch out for. But really, I am black excellence. I am the prayer of my enslaved ancestors. I am the dream Martin Luther King had. I am the black vision, the black pride vision. of Malcolm X. I am royalty. I am God's child. I am black excellence. I am royalty. I am. That's I am.
Amazing, amazing. Malachi, never stop reaching for your dreams. Never. Give it up one more time for all these poets. Why don't you just snap, clap, stomp, do whatever you like. But give it up once again for all the poets. Woo! We truly hope you are enjoying yourselves as much as we are enjoying giving you this. But like everything else, you know we have to take time for announcements. So let me share a few with you. We'd like to take this time to thank the town of Garner, the GPAC staff and volunteers, Walter Magazine, viewers both here and streaming live, and all the poets for making tonight possible. Can you give them one more hand? Be sure to stop by the lobby before you leave to see what some of the poets have to share. Want to know how you might possibly participate in Words Unspoken in 2023? Email me at Celeste Hennett, BernardChild6@yahoo.com. We also invite you back to the GPAC for our final It's Showtime series event, Friday, April 29, 2022 at 8 p.m. Come enjoy the music of artist trumpeter Willie Bradley. Tickets are $20 and available for purchase online. To stay informed of events happening here at the GPAC, follow us on all our social media outlets, GarnerPerformingArtsCenter.com, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now enough of me. Let's get back to the encore performances for our poets. Please welcome back to the stage, Antino Art.
It's a pen. I think in metaphors, and when I go outside later, it's gonna become an umbrella. So, raise your hand if you got a kid. I can't really see y'all, but make some noise if you got kids in the audience. Yeah. Make some noise if you got a daughter in the audience. Got daughter, girl dads. Yeah, so you know if you're a girl dad, you gotta carry a sword, right? For when they get older. So my kid is 7. She actually drew the artwork on my chapbook. So if you want a copy, they're not free, but you could get them for $10 at the end of the show in the lobby. This poem I'm gonna do is one I wrote for my daughter during a tough time of a lot of adversity. I needed to literally carry a sword in my mind to keep the darkness at bay. It's about singing her to sleep, which is really hard to do. If you ever had a kid try to put them to bed, that's kind of a challenge by itself, right? So the poem is about trying to put her to sleep in the aftermath of my 10-year marriage falling apart. It's based on a lullaby. My daughter's name is Nali, so this piece is called Lullaby. Don't want to disappoint the people who believe in me the most. I'm losing track of everything. There's so much left to go. This was the song that puts you to sleep on our night drives out of the city. No, my singing wasn't the greatest, but it worked so long as I stayed present. Papa, you're thinking about something. Why are you making that face? You were so perceptive. This is not the face I'm making. This is the face I have. I joke. Sometimes when you weren't looking, I would pray out loud in questions you believed were promises. I got nothing on my mind today. I think we'll be okay. Feeling a bit better than I did just yesterday. You asked me to repeat myself as if knowing I needed more convincing, trying to find the words I meant to say, but never got the chance. Hear the rain falling down. It always puts me in a trance. and you took it upon yourself to snap me out of them. Watch, Papa, watch as you go down the slide in a blur. Rise up on the wall ruler an inch taller than the year ago. You'd literally tell me to stop and smell the flowers for sale in the supermarket before we put anything essential into the cart. And on the outside, inside, no one's on the same side. I'm trying to find the truth, only hearing the same lies. There were things I won't be able to teach you. You asked me so many questions I didn't know the answer to, but your favorite one was this: Papa, will you ever leave me? I taught you to pray and thank yous hands folded instead of pleases hands open, because anything we are given isn't promised. And the things that I don't know that seem to govern all my actions, never satisfied with settling, unperfected, never practiced. And I know I am supposed to set the example for the kind of person you will come home to someday when you're dating. Nah, scratch that, after you're married. When lullabies didn't work, I would pour you a glass of milk, crack open a beer beside you. Soda, I called it. You saw through that. And we'd stare at the street lamps in the rain from our 4th floor apartment, talking about a beach in West Seattle we can't wait to go back to. And the worst part is I feel that I am running out of time. Need to figure it out still before I leave you behind. Papa, play the I'm Sorry song you'd say from the back seat of our old Honda as soon as it was over, no matter how many times you heard it before. So I'm sorry. I had problems of my own. I couldn't find the time for you. Let every time you hear this count toward my redemption for all the rented days I was there but didn't pay attention. Why is that song so short, you'd ask, and that's how you know it's a good thing, right? Because you feel like you don't want it to end, so I am sorry. I had problems of my own. I couldn't find the time for you. Papa is tired, and I'd lay on the couch in broad daylight, eyes wide open, while you'd play on the floor with dolls whose names I didn't know, and I'm sorry. Maybe in the future I could be better for you. Your worst nightmare was being left behind. I miss Mom. And no matter how many times I sung you that tired lullaby, you would still wake me up in the middle of the night asking when she will come back home. And I am sorry. Maybe in the future we could be better for you. We are all in bands that will only sing and play so many songs together before time breaks us apart. When you can't sleep, just remember that song you never wanted to end and sing it to yourself. When you do, I'm there, and I'm sorry. Gazing with you at the city lights in our window as we pray our litany of thank yous and kiss another day goodbye. So close your eyes knowing, just like tomorrow morning, I'll be waiting here for you.
Thank you, Antino. Please welcome back to the stage Ariel, sincerely Lioness Williams.
This piece is called I Love You, Dear Child. It's for any child who has not felt seen. And I just want you to know that you are seen. We love you, and we're here for you. We are your community. I love you, dear child. I can see you for miles filled with life, liberty, and the pursuit of purpose, although there's pain there. You are as strong as the old oak roots, soaked in social media, a double entendre of youthfulness and brilliance. I want to tell you that we all have a story. I want you to own it. Don't let it own you. It is your narrative of existence, and you have permission to be divine. Divine as you want to be, a careful soliloquy of your story. It can be your test as well as your testimony. You don't owe us anything but to love yourself. Please strive to be your best, beautiful self. You will have support from me. I'm your community. I can tell you that sometimes people will take, but there are people that will give too. Gems of affirmations, confirmations, patience, and time. It is the community that should amplify your shine while you're being subdued by the commander-in-chief, masked by the media as it picks at the pics of your photoshopped identity. What is left of the prince and princess putting proprietary schools of thoughts together? Well, whether you weather that storm willingly or not, you may encounter the door of hard knocks as an identity thief shakes and turns about the culture of scholars, mothers and fathers, grandma and pops, we all we got. And LifeLock can identify that. Don't turn your back on me. I'm your community. When you walk into this wicked, wild world, wondering whimsically and peering prudently, pride telling you that you have all the answers, angrily ignoring the ancestors' account of an age, don't approach that arrogantly. This symphony is your story, his story and her story, categorically giving you the glory. Take the key, for this is your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel. Please welcome back Teresa Thomas.
This is a poem I wrote about my little dog. She's 15 years old now. It's called Maggie. Maggie, I know you want to go out, but the sun has not come up. You'll have to wait until it's light. I'm sorry, little pup. Maggie, I like that you let me know all you want to do. But when I say no, I hope you'll know it's out of my love for you. I want to grant you your desire, but the time is just not right. I wish you could know that bringing you joy gives me great delight. But I can't let you out now to wander in darkness. There are dangers you can't foresee. Maggie, girl, I know what's best. You'll have to wait on me. I hear you loud and clear, my Lord. Your message is coming through. For these things I say to Maggie, I also hear from you. Maggie can't find her Frisbee. She's looking all around. If she would just listen and come to me, it would be easily found. She seems a little panicked. I wish she would obey. It's laying on the path to me, and she'd find it along the way. Oh, Father, I hear you speaking to me as I want her to obey. You beckon me come to you and ask me not to stray. The way for me will be so clear, and I'll find all I need if I incline my ear to hear, and my master's voice I heed. Maggie likes being close to me and laying at my feet, but even if she's across the room, her eyes are fixed on me. She will not look away as if doing what she must. With adoration, she watches me through eyes of love and trust. But if she gets tired and her little eyes close, and if I should get up and leave, when she awakens to find me gone, the first thing she'll do is seek me. I'm reminded, Lord, I'm most content when I worship you. May I keep you always in my heart and forever in my view. Maggie, through our many years, I've taught you quite a bit. To heal and look, to take and put, to sing and stay and spit. Many important things I have taught you, that is true. But I find the greater value now is what I've learned through you. Thank you.
That was beautiful, Teresa. Please welcome back D.S. Will.
How many of you truly know your worth? You can answer audibly, by the way. That doesn't sound very confident. Let's ask that again. How many of you truly know your worth? When was the last time that you told yourself that you loved you? Do you allow others to treat you the way you feel you need to be treated? It's a pop quiz. We'll come back to that. If I had a dime for every attempt that we wanted to pinch pennies in these close quarters, there will be no need for us to rub nickels together. Proof that the power of the dollar makes the world go round. But in that pursuit, you'll tend to notice that they don't like to bank on us. And why is that? Is our value not worth more than the loose change found in the cushions to protect others' nest eggs? No. We are the very gems that our forefathers pawned in order to borrow from Peter, left them appalled, and that was after the prophets. So no matter how you try to diversify it, they never wanted to leave us alone. So the price had to be paid in blood. The bombs bursting in air credited to the morally bankrupt. I never understood that exchange, our freedom for their supremacy. The very reason why I don't bargain with barbarians, because even back then they wanted to take control of the people's capital. Collateral damage that includes the tax and withdrawn, and we've kept the receipts. And in those IOUs, liberty should be listed at the top. But when you have resiliency on reserve, there's no need for you to be up in arms about handouts. Unless you are planning on releasing the ashes of Tulsa to smear it in with the rosewood, mixed with the grains of sands of Wilmington, set adrift on this way to Coafax and Elaine. And I still have to ask you the question, who the hell is responsible for those accounts? So let's do some checks and balances. You see, from Hayti to the Delta, black dollar stock has risen amongst this division. We are no longer held captive by the scholarship of their miseducation. That Black Wall Street anthem is blurred through storefronts beyond the hashtags and slogans. We can watch the generational wealth grow from the strange fruit they attempted to feed us, no longer filled with blues or color purples. Can you imagine Sealy with an LLC as we seize the opportunity to invest overseas and abroad, homeward bound, ownership, or whatever sails the new frontier? As you realize your eyes to find that newfound enterprise, our words have become bond, holy ground. Ooh, but we never skated through life. We continue to move at the rhythm of that hustle, the sound of that grind. The alarm that awakens us from a life no longer confined to the 9 to 5 of 1st and 15. We call that the daily fiasco. Mobilizing that monopoly, dropping those jewels in that community chest on our way to the boardwalk right through the Ivy Leagues. Now that's major. Now that's major. Now that's major. It's always been about class. That's the reason why we remain students of the game, since backroom hooch and fruit stands, tax preparation to fish fries, riders of designers, bottom dollar to top shelf, take a shot on us and that financial freedom no longer spoken behind the bars. Are you out of pocket yet? Are you out of pocket yet? Well, you should be, because that's the only way that that loose change will no longer make sense to us. Because if you won't, DS will.
I want to matter. No, regardless of what I look like or where I live, how poor I am, how fat I am, or my skin tone. Despite my kinky hair or my balding head, how stooped my shoulders, or if I'm well-read, even though I may not speak with eloquence or possess 10 extraordinary talents, I want my life on this earth to matter to at least one other human being. I want my life to matter so much that had I not been born, a noticeable void would exist, and some one person would sense my absence. He would look for me in music and art, because no other woman could capture his heart like I was meant to, like I would have been sent to. I want one friend to see my soul and to be joyful that God hand-selected me to be in her life to lock at least one puzzle piece into place so that her life picture would be 1 inch more complete. I want her spirit to connect with mine like it did before we chose these bodies to be human in. Each of us has that need to matter. Each of us has that need to matter, to know that our lives count for more than this flesh we live in, flesh that turns to dust in the end. So this poem is for all those who don't yet feel their own value, who walk through life unaware that God has placed purpose there in the soul that only we can fulfill, that he has implanted genius in each of us, and 1 talent or 10, nobody comes here empty-handed. We each bring to life something that someone else needs to know, to have, or to heed. To those with whom we share our true selves, we do matter. We are but matter when we lie. When we pretend to be hard, but our core is soft. When we pretend to be competent, but we ought to ask for help. When we are lost or lonely, weak or afraid, and do not say out loud, "This is who I am," we cannot matter. For no one can taste our essence through frosting thick and rich, but full of empty calories. In short, it is our truth that matters, for our truth is our connection to the divine. Our truth is how God shines through us. So we matter when we can bring our true selves, broken or healed, to the table and feast as though it were prepared in our honor. Yes, we matter when we can look into our own eyes and see God's reflected smile. So, despite how the world tries to dismiss me, be it age, gender, race, or looks, in this moment, let the beauty of my truth flow forward as I ask God for what matters most. Dear Lord, help me as I assert the truth of who I am and reveal the best of you in me. Increase your spirit in me so that others might see that beyond all else, because I now know I matter to you, I have finally come to matter to myself. Thank you.
Please welcome back to the stage William in this Will Davis.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo! All right. I said, is it even possible? Is it even possible? Sometimes I think it's an impossible obstacle to actually give thanks, to show how much you really appreciate the fact that God woke you up this day. To simply say thank you honestly doesn't seem like it's enough. The magnitude of my gratitude can't even be compared to the measure of the world's longitude and latitude. If needed, I'd walk the distance from the earth to the moon, which has been charted at 232,088 miles, to express with every breath in my chest that God has given me the reasons to smile. That he has given me the opportunity to be here now, so I stand proud. The simple two-word sentence of thank and you in conjunction honestly seems so redundant, considering his ability to wake up everyone in the world and he still remembers me, while giving me the eyes to see and the ability to reach inside of me and bring forth these ways that he gave me. He just keeps giving while I'm taking, and he's giving and I'm taking, and it seems that all he ever wants me to say, all God ever wants us all to say, is just thank you.
Thank you, Endless Will. Please welcome back to the stage Imani Amanilao.
With dust, God drew the emergence of men. First, what the neck stands up for, the crown of head taken up by brain that inks out everything needed to write history, to make marks as new as fresh out original, to show just how deep God's thoughts are, intelligence that looks like nobody else's, discernment, ears, to hear perfect at the sound of his voice, lobes, to lock in everything except anything that speaks of not being plenty, to be here today, eyes that love the look of them every time they meet a new glass, stares that can tell what tale a person is telling as they walking down the block, gaze that spots life in dying travels, balls that stay rolling with the sun, nose to smell temptation from a snake away, mouth to blast a war of faith on every spiritual war that ain't fair, sending warfare to fare its way back to underneath lips, to bring good gospel to lost talks, traps, to elevate persons in places where uplifting don't come around much hair, to let us know that it don't always hurt to let loose shoulders, to be pillows for headlings that don't have a turn to go to rocks, to be valiant enough to cut theirs and another's mountain that can't no strain downfall backs, to keep shoulders raised for when afflictions feel as leaden tons hard to bear, chest, to be God, to keep covered the fragile hollow that can't help, chest, to be guard, to keep covered the fragile hollow that pumps out all the vulnerable that can't help who it falls for, organ, to be property of the word that can rework any wicked to righteous stomach, to throw up everything that's not best for you, arms, to stretch forth like God is in reach, upper limbs, to fold under arm and arm because each other will always do a better job, sleeves, to have a testimony from even though these scars still sitting right here, even though the wall was trying to hold on to my back, my stand is still on its feet, hands, to shake someone's am I going to make it today until I know I can conquer whatever next has tomorrow, fist, to jab the enemy back to falling for trying to put his hands on your steadfast legs, to bend at the altar of whatever floor we make one out of, offering surrender to the author who finished off our curse so we can walk free feet, to let falling know that it can't do anything to make us stay there. Get the picture? It's all done now. This is what your drawn together looks like, what perfect artistry looks like, what beauty is. You.
Thank you, Imani. I'm in the Loud Horton. Please welcome back to the stage Malachi Moore.
I saw you and I knew you were mine. He took a rib and made a fine design, and she was divine. When she smiled, a shiver went up my spine. When she opened her mouth to say hi, I forgot my line. But when she took my hand, my heart played like a marching band. When she caressed my arm, I felt safe to ask her to save a date. When she kissed my face, it felt like I won the race. You kept me close to God when I seemed to fail, as you prayed to keep me sane while I was suffering through life's pain. I thank God that he took my rib to make you. This fact is true, because even though you don't know everything in life I had to go through, you encouraged me to persevere. Now I see clear, and you help me see that I can. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural man.
Oh, don't stop clapping. Don't stop clapping. You gotta keep clapping for that. Let me tell y'all, I am standing back there just in awe of all these poets, and I'm sad to tell y'all this is it. But we're gonna close it out in fashion, you know we are. I, for one, am humbled to have graced this stage once more with a talented group of artists I admire and adore. Poets, I truly thank you, for you showed up and showed out. But that's what I expected all along, for there was never any doubt. And audience, we truly appreciate the fact you did attend. Why don't you snap if you enjoyed yourself, and next year, do come again. Oh, and think you'd like to join us right here on this very stage? Just check out the information. It's in the playbill on the last page. Town of Ghana, crew and staff, we thank you for your hospitality. For without you in this mix, Words Unspoken just wouldn't be. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for tuning us in, live streaming us. We couldn't do this without you. Please give it up one more time. Y'all come up, y'all come up. Give it up one more time. Woo-hoo! One time. Thank you so much. And please don't forget to meet us in the lobby if you